Hi, guys. We made it through month number 1, living on a budget in Southeast Asia. Woohoo! We did it. So month 1, we were in Canggu, Bali. We're going to get into it in this video and give you guys a full breakdown of if we stayed within our $2,000 budget or not. And we'll kind of give you some tips that we learned in our first month. And as you can see behind us, we've already moved on to our second location. It's Uluwatu, also in Bali, just maybe about a 30-minute drive from where we were before.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Kenda.
And we're Nomads Worldwide. So as she was saying, we did spend a month in Canggu, and we explained that in our last video. If you guys want to watch that just to get a little bit of better of a breakdown, we're going to stay till the end. We're going to do a full breakdown of our budget for the month.
One of the biggest fears, at least for me, was leaving the comforts of home. You know, picking up and leaving everything behind, it's kind of daunting. We weren't really sure what to expect. And $2,000 coming from the States really does not sound like a big budget to live on for a full month of everything. But it really depends on how you want to live. Living in Bali, you can do it on the super cheap. You could probably even do it cheaper than we did, or you can go bougie and 5-star all the way. But for us, we wanted to make the most of our time here, leave all of the bullshit behind at home, and just really almost live like a local, I would say, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it worked out way better than we thought. I was surprised listening to people on YouTube and online. I didn't realize that people say it's cheap and easy to live, but it really actually is if you put your mind to it.
Living on a budget doesn't mean you always necessarily have to be cheap all the time. You know, we did have a couple days where we spent a little bit more than the banker probably wanted to, but you know what? You have to live a little bit.
You have to have your fun. You can't just be living on street food and staying in your room all the time. You do need to go out, experience some culture and some other type of food and stuff to keep yourself sane.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the street food does get a little tiring if you're eating that 3 meals a day, every day.
It does. But you know what? I think even like going out and having a good time like we did, we still actually, compared to the United States, we still were pretty frugal, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
There is places that are going to be a lot more expensive, but you, like I said, you just have to do your research and just make sure that you pick spots that are good, but not over expensive. So now we're back at our villa.
What a great day we had at the beach. Was that beach beautiful? Let us know. Did you guys like it? Comment below. You're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of that in some upcoming videos. But now, let's talk money.
So first things first, before we get into the whole budget thing, we want to be totally transparent. We did buy airline tickets to get to Southeast Asia. We bought those before we stopped working at the end of May, and we didn't travel here until the middle of August. So let's break that down for you.
So the airline tickets, we went through Skyscanner, Google Flights, you name it. We tried every trick in the book that we learned online.
VPNs, all that stuff.
Everything. We wound up getting, for both of us, a one-way ticket to Bali. It cost us $604 a person, only one stop in South Korea, and that was through actually Delta Airlines, and we booked it through booking.com. And that was it. And like we said, that was before our $2,000 budget, so that is not included.
So the main part of any trip or any vacation is lodging. So we did a bunch of research and stuff like that. And we wound up going with Airbnb. It's the old standby. They give you reviews. They give you pictures. Sometimes the pictures are not always what they say, but just be very wary of that. Reviews are pretty much your best friend with that.
For sure.
So we wound up spending, this was a little bit pricey for us, but we're learning that the little bit on the higher end is usually better quality. For the lodging this time around, it was $418. It was a shared living space.
Yeah, now that included, we had our own personal, I'll call it room. It was almost like a little apartment, if you will. We had our own room, our own bathroom, and then we had a shared space. So downstairs, there was a communal kitchen. It was outdoors. There was actually a few of them. We also had a pool area, a gym, if you want to call it a gym. And then the best part, I think, for us was the workspace. There was a rooftop workspace, great Wi-Fi. And the one thing with the place we stayed at, everything was included. Wi-Fi, water, utilities, I don't think I'm leaving anything out, but all of that was included. You always want to check that because for some places it's not. So for us, $418 for lodging, not too bad. Tip number 1, location is key. This is one of the most important things I think we are learning, and you should do this too. Check the location of where you will be staying. For us, we don't mind walking as long as it's walkable.
You could use Google Maps to like map out the location and find it. So make sure it's around restaurants or warungs where we are. It's around, like I'd say, entertainment and or attractions as best as you can. On a budget, it's a little bit hard to do. You're kind of outside of stuff, but it depends on your budget and stuff also.
For sure. And it also depends on what you're looking for. So if you know you need a gym close by and you're going to walk, look on the map, make sure it is there for you. But location is tip number 1 for any good traveler.
Now, getting to my favorite part of the whole experience is food. So as you can see, I like to eat, even though I've been walking a lot and I lost some weight. But we had warungs everywhere around us, which we kind of got spoiled. There was also some Western food around, like pizza, some barbecue and stuff like that. So this time around, we lucked out.
Yeah. Now, one of the most important things, tip number 2 for you guys, if you want to travel on a budget, you want to eat local. You can save so much money eating local. Just make sure you go to places that are busy, because that lets you know the food is going to be fresh.
With locals.
Yeah. And it's going to save you so much money.
So just to put it into perspective for you, on an average day, just eating street food or out of warungs, you're looking at probably about $3 or $4 for both of us. So we've spent typically maybe $18 to $20 a day for both of us just on food,
on a good day,
which isn't bad.
No, for sure.
And that's if you stick to being strict.
Yes, yeah. But the total for our food budget was, drum roll please.
So are you ready? The total for the month for food was only $718.
Woohoo! And that's for both of us.
And that's for both of us, with food, drinks, and different things like that also. Maybe even a little fun thrown in there.
One thing that's important for us, might not be for you, was a gym. We wanted to be able to work out as often as we wanted to and as close to home as possible.
And it also helps kill the time. I mean, you have nothing but time when you're retired and traveling. So going to the gym, it's healthy, and it also helps you waste the day some.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, who knew? Bali is filled with gyms, but
a lot of beautiful people here.
Most of them cater to the influencers, if you will. So a lot of the gyms were way out of our price ranges for sure. We wanted to spend on the low end, maybe $20 a month a person, if that, but we lucked out. We found the cheapest gym that was close to home, and that was $40 a person. But it was literally 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a 5-minute walk.
If that, had everything we needed. It was a little bit small, but they had free water for us, and they had really great protein shakes that we actually bought almost every day and had those for lunch.
Another thing too is a lot of the gyms, we are no nonsense. I just like weights and cardio. A lot of the gyms, the prices include classes and training and all this other stuff, and like saunas and so we don't need that. But if that's for you, that's fine. But it's probably not going to be budget.
One thing we did do in preparation for this trip was we got rid of our big phone carrier. We had T-Mobile, and it was just draining us. So we went with a company called US Mobile. They are fantastic. They offer international calling in some places. It doesn't work in Indonesia, but otherwise it only cost us $19 a month, and that is for unlimited everything you need. Data,
talk, text. The one thing is too, you could upgrade to a higher plan if you want to get like other international places, but we stick with the basic. Yeah.
So what we did, which a lot of travelers do, is use an eSIM card. So what we did before we even got here, I got a quick one online off of Klook. It was $10. That way, when we landed here, I was able to get on my phone, access whatever I needed, because we needed to meet up with our driver that was going to take us here. And then halfway through the month, I had to upload it again, and that was another $12. So overall, it was $22 for eSIMs for us. I think I can do cheaper next time, and I'm working on it. But it's very important, because if you're out on the streets and you need Google Maps, you need to have that data. So eSIMs are very important.
Now, normally, if you're in a hotel or homestay or whatever, they're going to have Wi-Fi. So 90% of the time you can be on Wi-Fi. But like she said, if you're walking around or you don't have Wi-Fi available, you do need the eSIM, a local eSIM.
Definitely.
Okay, so one of the things that we researched and the jury's still out on, we're kind of playing it by ear. I don't know, like if health coverage is necessary or if it's just cheaper to pay as you go. I guess it really depends on the situation. But we did go with Travel Guard, which is a travel insurance company. It offers like emergency insurance, emergency evacuation, lost luggage, and different things like that. It wasn't very pricey. For the month, it costs us about $111, and that covers both of us for any like emergency or tragedy that happens while we're here.
Mm-hmm. And I think also too, that depends on what country you're in.
Yes.
Being in Bali, from what we've heard, you definitely want to have some coverage for that.
Yeah, the medical coverage varies from place to place. So as we move along, we'll give you guys the breakdown of if or not we got travel insurance or medical insurance along the way. So stay with us. So when we arrived, we didn't know if we were going to have to rent a scooter or not. When we got here, we had everything around us. So we did not rent a scooter. We were a little bit nervous too because it would be our first time. So we did have to spend on transportation. They have Grab here or Gojek, which is just like the Uber in America and in Europe and stuff. So that wasn't too bad. It's pretty cheap, actually. They like $2 to $3 a ride unless you're going far. And that one came out to about...
It was $66 for the month, and we took it multiple times to the beach. I went for an appointment, like certain things like that. But overall, it was $66, and it was super easy to use. So there's a lot of things that you kind of, when you're living at home, you don't really think that you need to pay for things.
You take it for granted.
You totally take it for granted. One of them is laundry. Especially living here, we sweat like crazy.
Coming from Arizona, we originally were from New Jersey and we were used to the humidity. But living in Arizona for 8 years and then coming out here, the humidity is kicking our butts.
It's killing us. Hopefully we acclimate, but we've been doing a lot of laundry.
Yes.
But that being said, our laundromat, it was literally a minute walk up the street. They were lovely. They remembered my name and got it right. No R in it, Kenda. And our monthly budget, or total rather, was $9.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, it was great. And I didn't have to do it. So even bigger score. I would have paid more for that alone. Another thing you don't think of, like incidentals along the way. I splurged a little bit. I got a massage one day. I went and had some waxing done. Mark got a haircut. But being said, all of those things, I think the total for those 3 things alone, it was only $54. I would have paid way more than that for 2 eyebrow waxes back in the States. So $54 for all that, pretty good deal.
And you could see that I nipped the haircuts in the bud by just shaving my head because that saves us a lot of money.
Cha-ching!
So now let's get to incidentals like toiletries and some clothing and stuff like that you might not think you need, but sometimes you do. So toiletries include shampoo, soap, toilet paper, tissue, stuff like that. We had to buy extra. Sometimes the villas and or the homestays will supply you a little bit of that stuff, but there's always room for extra.
For sure.
And it's very cheap. It's not too bad. I think the total for all of that stuff was $11.
Yeah, it was $11 for the entire month of all the extras we did. And then a few extra things we did get. We needed to get pillows because the pillows in our place, they were not so great.
Yeah, they were wafer thin, and my big fat head, I need to have a nice cushion.
So the pillows for 2 brand new pillows, it was $12 total. And then I needed some new flip-flops, and I got those for $12 also. So not too bad.
But one other thing, too, is always bargain shop. And if you go to like stalls and stuff like that on the street, make sure you bargain or barter because you could probably get the stuff for a lot cheaper also.
Fun. You always have to have a little bit of fun in your life, guys. Being retired on a budget, we had to stay within our budget, but we did it. We spent a total of $106 for the month. That included a couple days we went on some tours. We had a few drinks one night. Not too much crazy stuff, but $106 for the month, I think, is pretty fair.
Yeah. Now we budgeted for that kind of stuff. We separately budget for fun. There is like with drinking and stuff, we kind of cut down on that on the road. Now that's entirely up to you, whatever you want to do, but it does save you a lot of money if you don't indulge in drinking and stuff all the time.
And it saves you a lot of calories too.
A lot of calories.
So after hearing all of this, Do you think they think we made our budget of $2,000 or less? What's the verdict?
So after all said and done, everything for the month, excluding airfare, of course, was $1,638. So we did come in under budget. We're going to try to our best. Yes, it can be done. Probably a little bit less. We're still learning. This is our first month, so there was a little bit of bumps in the road as far as like figuring things out, but it can be done.
So, did you guys think we were going to be able to come in below budget? I'd have to say it's all thanks to the banker over here. He kept me in check a couple times, but we came in below budget, which I was kind of surprised by, but super happy about. What did you guys think about it? Anything that you would have tried differently, maybe done things differently? What did you think about the accommodations? Let us know below in the comments if you would stay in where we were staying this time. So stay tuned, guys, for our next video. We're going to give you a breakdown of our first week here in Uluwatu and some rookie mistakes that we made along the way, but lessons learned for us. So guys, as always, keep exploring,
Keep inking.
and we'll catch you on the next one.